one talk station. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It is 5 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. No, it's not the voice of Marianne Okon, as I always call her. She's somewhere very, very busy, unfortunately. And I have to, fortunately, do the honors this afternoon and be your host on today's edition of Hard Facts. No, we are not going to be voting on any award today. We're not doing that on the show this afternoon. Instead, we're going to talk about some of the biggest stories that we've had to talk about in the whole of this week. And then I'll give you an opportunity. Maybe you couldn't call in during the week when the conversations were ongoing. Maybe you were unable to send messages. Well, today, between now and the 4 o'clock hour, it is an opportunity for you to do that. In case you're wondering, my name is Ufoma Egbamono. Yeah, I'll be your host for today's show. And let's hope we have a very good time, yeah? All right, guys. There's no bigger story this week than the fact that it's been 2 years since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took the oath of office to serve, to protect, and to do everything that a president is supposed to do. May 29th, 2023, he took that oath. And as of yesterday, it was officially 2 years since he became Nigeria's president. Well, he says that security and the economy is improving under his watch. Over the last couple of weeks, you've been seeing ministers, give their scorecard. They've been talking about what they've done, what they've achieved, and all of that. The president also gave his long list of what he believes are his administration's biggest wins and of some reasons why he took certain decisions. Well, on the economy, the president says the external reserves are now over $23 billion from just about $4 billion 2 years ago when he took over. He also adds that inflation is easing and that the naira is stabilizing and that more revenue is coming. He even, said that over 6 trillion naira was added in the first quarter of 2025 alone. He also says the government is no longer borrowing and that the fuel subsidy removal has made the NNPC a contributor to the Federation account. On security, the president says bandits have been pushed back in parts of the northwest and that roads once too dangerous to travel are now safer. It's up to you to tell me whether or not the president is living in one El Dorado, because it feels like some of the things he's saying, there are not enough facts to back it up in reality. But hey, let me go through. He also praised Nigeria's military. And of course, our military personnel deserve all the praises for the sacrifices they continuously go through to ensure that the country is safer. He says that over 1,000 primary health care centers have been revamped. 3 new cancer centers are ready. Health insurance coverage has grown by up to 20 million. That's on the health side. And of course, in terms of education, the NEL Fund has been working particularly well. According to President Tinubu, roads and infrastructure is also something he has done well. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway and some other upgrades that have been done across the country. Well, earlier this week, my colleague and your regular host, Marianne Okon, had a conversation with the special advisor to the president on media and public communication, Sunday Dare, who was also a minister of sports under the President Buhari administration. Let's take a listen to what Dare had to say about the president's scorecard.
The president, when he took over as the president, had to take had to make two important decisions. Those decisions I will describe as politically risky because they are decisions that his predecessors have, for reasons that, are important, did not take. They postponed those decisions. They were politically risky, but they were economically necessary. Take the subsidy is gone. Subsidy debate has been on. We can't just live in denial. We know that there was a time in this country over 87 people were arraigned, but they were found the subsidy scam. Eventually, most of them escaped the hands of the law, run out of the country. Some of them got jailed. And that's about 20-something years ago. And the subsidy regime still persisted. And this president, who is a leader, who is also an accountant, who is also from the oil sector, he's been a senator, a governor, has watched this go on. And when he came in as the president, he took that bold decision. Secondly, in this very country, not too far, we've seen our forex being subsidized. And then we see the arbitrage in the forex market. And he also came and pulled that trigger and said, look, we're going to take away the subsidy. So when you look at these two decisions, the simple principle of 21st century economy that makes a lot of sense came in. Willing buyer and willing seller. Let's have the market forces. Let's have competition. Let it play. And what have we seen? We've seen local refining open up. We've seen the breadth or the channel opened up for Dangote to come in. His refinery came on board. Local refining has gone up. We've seen competitive prices. For the first time, we're seeing Dangote and then PCL and the rest advertising crude oil, petrol in terms of prices. That is what we see from modern economies. So when we want to be like countries in Europe and the rest, we must adopt the same economic principles. So it took those tough decisions. But 2 years down the road, yes, the first year was absolutely tough. It took a while. And that's what happens when you bring about changes. You don't get the relief almost immediately. Remember, even if you have malaria, you get your medication. It's not the moment you get that injection that you cure. It takes a week or two.
President Bola Tinubu's spokesperson Sunday Dare giving his thoughts right there. Great analogy, you might want to say, in terms of the whole malaria drug thing. He also went further to say Nigerians need to endure a little suffering as the economic reforms are ongoing. Take a listen.
Close to the middle class. The average person is unable to afford a loaf of bread. The minimum wage is 80,000. For some people, 75,000. There's still states who have still not upgraded to 80,000. The value of the naira is poorer than it's ever been against the dollar or any other money. What is the story that the presidency can tell the average Nigerian that will give them hope? Because you promised us renewed hope, but it's like we're seeing Shege on a daily basis. Help us make sense of this.
It's been renewed gradually. And let me say this. You see, you cannot eat omelette without breaking eggs. If we embark on tough decisions, we embark on reforms, and there must be some sacrifice. There must be some level of pain. There are going to be changes. Some of the reforms we've embarked on, and other countries have done it before. There's no way it will impact on the value of your currency. And that's the result of what we're seeing. But also, you have also seen, I think, the fact that our economy is so tied to the dollar, the cost of living is affected in an upward trajectory. Again, it might just be simplistic for you to say, no, the dollar is going up. But it's important that when you shave up almost 300 naira or 250 naira people bought dollar at 1,800, 2,000 naira. But that's different. But let me get a bit granular about this because you also put yourself in the picture.
Well, I'm considered, better, a bit better off, even though I'm suffering. Yeah.
No, you give the example and I identify, and what you have put forward is legitimate because a lot of Nigerians can connect to it. But I'm saying that when you when you embark on reforms, there's reforms suggest that there will be sacrifices, there will be adjustments that people have made. Some of them will include self-censorship. But what the government has done is to also make sure that they put in place, I'm careful about using the word pilot, but beyond the pilot is government has put in place initiatives and policies to help Nigerians get some succor.
Now, quite a number of Nigerians might disagree a bit with the president's spokesperson in terms of the succor and the palliatives, even though he didn't want to use those words. But I'll leave that to you, who's tuned into the show right now, to tell me whether or not over the last 2 years, any of those palliatives or succor, has come your way, especially when you consider that almost everybody in government, there's not been a drastic, in fact, there's not been that much change in the attitude, in the way they spend money, in the way they go about things. They're still appointing 1,000 special advisors. They're still going around with 50 plus cars as convoys, fueled by, of course, you and I, our taxpayers. The money that we pay as taxes, that's what they use to fuel their cars. The budget is still way over the top, sometimes for things that you ask yourself. There's a story that's been trending over the last 24 hours about a governor in the northern part of the country who's allegedly or supposedly built 8 boreholes with about 3 billion naira. And you ask yourself, how? There's been so much talk about CNG this, CNG that. But if I might bring in what Marianne talked on the show yesterday a bit, the whole convoys, the convoy that the president has been going out with, did any of those cars look like they are CNG powered? They say charity begins at home. If we're going to talk about how, everybody needs to convert to CNG, shouldn't that start from the president himself? 20 million Nigerians have enrolled in the healthcare. Shouldn't it start from the president himself? Why does he need to travel out of the country to get healthcare? Lagos, it's time for you to talk. I would love to hear from you. 2 years of the President Bola Tinubu administration. What is the scorecard for you who's tuned into the show right now? What do you make of the president's 2 years? Let's talk. 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993 or 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. You could also send us messages on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 080 95 97 5805. Yeah, those are the numbers with which you can reach us. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hi.
My name is Ndubisi, calling from Alakeja area now.
Welcome, Ndubisi. You have 1 minute.
My brother. Yes, my brother. The person that wears shoe knows where it pains him. We are average Nigerians. We are not seeing any government from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Anybody can defend Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can speak grammar from A to Z. As far as I'm buying petrol 1 liter for 900, buying a loaf of bread for 1,600, my brother, Tinubu 2 years is like Buhari 8 years. Nobody should deceive anybody. Until I go to market with 5,000 and buy things and come back and prepare food for my family with 5,000, I can know that yes, Tinubu government is working. As soon as I cannot go to market with 15,000 naira and make a pot of soup, my brother, they're deceiving themselves.
Okay.
I said yesterday through Miriam's show, I said it's like a national cake. Anybody go there and take his own. Bola Ahmed Tinubu says his turn. Let's leave him for the 4 years. Let him do his 4 years. If we want to continue, we Nigeria will decide whether we'll vote him in or we'll vote him out.
All right.
Vote to make count.
All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much. I appreciate your thoughts. Let me take another call. Hello.
Hello, Ifama. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Facts.
My name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Go ahead.
Now, I don't believe that Tinubu understands what is going on in Nigeria. You know why?
Tell me.
He's always working in France. He's always going to France. He stays in France. He has his office in France. He has his hospital in France. So he doesn't know what is happening here in Nigeria. I just came in now from outside. The sun is so hot here. So I know.
How does Tinubu? How does his presidency? What's his relationship with the sun?
So I want to tell you what happened now as I'm coming in.
Okay.
You know, there was a particular juice drink that we used to buy 500 naira then. This afternoon is 1,500. I wanted to buy corn, boiled corn there outside. The corn of 20 naira, I pay 300 naira.
But the president says inflation is easing off.
So, yeah, he's telling us that inflation has eaten up or has eased off.
Is easy, not has eased, that it is going down.
Can you imagine? That's why I said they don't stay in Nigeria.
Okay.
If they stay in Nigeria, if they are Nigerians themselves, they would have known, they would have gone and asked people. Even Jesus Christ, that is God, was asking, who do people say I am? And you don't ask the people, what have I done? What have you seen me done?
All right.
You give yourself pass.
All right, let's leave it at that so that we can have other people contribute. But thank you. I can understand the emotions are actually high. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, I think we might have to drop that call. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Ofoma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
It's Paul speaking from Aja.
Welcome, Paul.
I see it is very clear for every blind man, even a blind man or deaf, to see that Tinubu's administration has scored very, very poor. Number one, he's the Minister of Petroleum. What happened with our billions of naira invested in the NNPC Port Harcourt refinery?
So it's been shut down for maintenance.
Which maintenance? Something that is not working, something that has not been working. What are they maintaining?
Have you visited the place? Can you say for sure? Can you say for sure that it's not working?
It's not working. The other time, I forgot the name of this journalist that come on air. That he went as an investigative journalist and came back with a report. He said it on air. Everybody heard it. I just forget the name of that.
All right.
Then, apart from that, electricity. He promised us electricity during his campaign that if he doesn't give us a 24-hour power supply, we should vote. We should not vote.
Now, magician, when you won't give you 24 hours power.
He is the president that budgeted about 10 billion naira for power this at Aso Rock. Is that a scorecard?
For solar
That's another failure.
That's
I can go on and on. Everything is zero.
Okay,
people are just suffering.
Let's leave it at that.
Mr. Sunday Dare should not come and be speaking BB grammar on the radio, deceiving people about the Tinubu score.
All right, Paul. All right, Paul. So, thank you very much. I had to let you go because I'll be going for a quick commercial break right now. But Lawrence from Ajao Estate says, good afternoon for me. This administration has not done anything to award any mark because all his remarks are false. Nothing to celebrate in his scorecard. They keep telling Nigerians to endure sacrifice, but themselves are not sacrificing anything. Oshiodo Lawrence from Ajao Estate. Thank you very much for your thoughts. I'll be going for a quick commercial break right now.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
The heartbreaks, last-minute screamers, and the joy of victory. Football fans, are you thirsty for more? The Pepsi Gold Fest is bringing you all the experiences of the Champions League final. We have a game on our hands, guys. Mayoku and DJ YK Mule are lined up and in top form, bringing in the music. And it's all refreshed by Pepsi. Live and experience the passion at Pepsi Go Fest on the 31st of May at the Balmoral Convention Center, Victoria Island. Follow Pepsi_Naija on all social media platforms to stand a chance to win VVIP tickets to Go Fest 2025. You can also scan the QR code on the Pepsi bottle for more info. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the fun! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know you inhale 50 potentially harmful bacteria every time you breathe? Thankfully, your immune system is working hard all the time. So virtually all of these are promptly destroyed without you feeling a thing.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
You've tried calling in, sending messages.
You've wanted to share your thoughts, your opinions, and make your voice heard.
But time always runs out, and you never get the opportunity.
Now you have a chance.
Voice of the people on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Everybody's listening. Voice of the people.
Record yourself expressing your opinion on any issue of concern in 30 seconds.
Speak up, say your piece, raise your concern on Voice of the People.
Send a 30-second video from a quiet place for the best audio.
Send your Voice of the People 30-second video entry on social media at Nigeria Info FM Lagos.
Voice of the People on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. Nigeria is listening.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Welcome back to Hard Facts.
Lagos, welcome back from the break. It is 31 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Ufumek Mamono is my name on this edition of Hard Facts. We're taking a review of some of the big stories that have made the rounds. Before the break, we talked about, of course, reviewing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2 year in office. We had one of his spokesperson on the show earlier in the week, speaking to Marianne Okon, Sunday Diary to be precise. And of course, we also had other persons, but time not so on our side. So I'll just quickly run through that one. A former presidential candidate, Prince Adewale Adebayo, who was the SDP presidential candidate in 2023, has criticized the government, saying that the president has failed in securing the country. But quickly, let's move away from there and look at one of the biggest political stories from this week. The FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, walked away from the PDP reconciliation that has been ongoing for some time. He announced that this week, saying that he's pulling out of all the efforts to reconcile all of the warring parties in the PDP. And now, what's his reason? He says broken agreements and betrayal. He also accused a few persons, the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, and the governor of Enugu State. He also accused, almost literally accused everybody. He says there were agreements that he had with some stakeholders in the party, part of which was to recognize Samuel Anya as the PDP's national secretary based on the Supreme Court ruling, to withdraw all internal suits, including the one challenging the state of emergency as declared by the President Tinubu administration in Rivers State. You begin to ask yourself some questions and say, hold on a second. The governor of Rivers State is a PDP governor. This is a PDP affair, and they're challenging the president's ruling or order, state of emergency order. And a member of the party, of course, who has a stake in and is one of the reasons that state of emergency happened in Rivers State, is now asking that, hey, for peace to reign, let's stop challenging that. Meaning, let's leave it the way it is. That sort of favors me. He also accused Seyi Makinde and Peter Mbah of Enugu State of trying to push a different candidate as secretary. And they also threatened to pull out the Southeast from the party if they did not get their way. The question is, for someone who supposedly is a member of one party but is serving another party and has been serving that party for 2 years, and many have argued he is the reason or is one of the reasons the party lost the general elections in 2023, and it's 2 years away from another general elections, and the party is trying to solve all the issues that they have, but this same person is still like that hook that used to hold a fish that cannot let go. How can the PDP make themselves a viable opposition? Especially in the wake of so many defections, not just from the PDP, but we're talking the PDP right now. To make matters worse, their presidential candidate in the last elections, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, is working on a coalition that more or less does not involve the PDP. Lagos. How can we have a viable opposition in this country to challenge, some would say, the excesses of the APC? Or at least to give us a different feel. Some might argue and say, well, is it not the same PDP that ruled us for 16 years and we had so many issues under them? Yeah, true. Fair argument. But others might also want to chip in and say, hey, yesterday made it 10 years since the APC has been ruling. Yes, 8 years of President Buhari, 2 years of President Tinubu. Has it been totally different from the 16 years of the PDP? Some might argue it's even worse. Hey, I'm not the one saying. I leave that to you. Let's get back to the phone lines, Lagos. Tweet at me or tweet at us at Nigeria Info FM. Send me a message on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 080-9597-5805. I take that again, 080-9597-5805. Let's talk, people. You can also give your thoughts as it concerns the president's 2 years, or you can talk about the topic we have right now, which is how can we have a viable PDP or a viable opposition to challenge the excesses of the APC. Let's talk. I'm going back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you know. This is Boyerson calling from Afromedia.
Okay, I think we're having a bit of a challenge with that phone line, so please try and call us back. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Mr. Good afternoon. This is Godwin from Malta.
Godwin, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Farmer, I've been calling in this station, and I've been saying that PDP is dead and buried. As long as Mr. Wike is still in that opposition, is still in that PDP. The only opposition that can fight this government, that can remove this government out of power, is for the big wigs to come together, form another coalition, form another party. That is the only thing. That is the only party that can move this government out from the power. And the way I'm even sensing at it goes, even the APC, they themselves, they know they can sense fear that this 2027 that they are going to fail, that the people are really going to work against them. Okay. It's not about the Wike. As long as they should just PDP should just leave Wike. They should just leave the party to Wike. That is the only thing. Thank you, Mr. Ifama.
All right, thank you. How is that going to pan out? Anyway, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bamono. Can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
Okay, I said I am Boyerson calling from Afromedia.
Welcome, Mr. Boyerson.
Thank you very much. You see, the truth is there. Both the so-called PDP and the APC.
He says so-called.
Yes, so they're just the same, my dear brother.
Okay.
They're just the same. So the only thing we are just praying for is for us to get another party. I don't know how easy that will be.
How viable can we have that party 2 years or even less than 2 years to the next general elections?
That is what we are working for now. That's what we are
Who's the
praying for.
we?
And
Who's the we?
We, the poor Nigerians. not the elite.
Okay.
Not the so-called politicians, because they
not
they've
the
already-
coalition group.
Another coalition group, especially we need to pray for that. If they are going to, if they will be different from the ones we have now.
You need prayers for your coalition to work.
We need God's intervention in all this.
It's okay. It's
because
all right.
PDP has done their own. They didn't do well. We thought APC would do better. Aha! Now we don't enter them.
Now we don't enter them. Okay. All right.
Aha! We don't enter them.
Thank
So
you
I beg.
very much.
Thank you.
Hey, 2 years ago, eggs were just over 1,000 naira. It's between 5,000 and 6,000 naira now. School fees have tripled. Please don't ask me how much is baby pampers. Don't ask me. A few of my friends have been asking me, the ones that had no idea, they've been asking me, Ufuma, for this economy, you go born Pekin again. I'm laughing at myself. Because if I'm being very honest, it was not planned. It was not planned at all. I've been telling anybody who cares to listen that I was done. I have a 7-year-old boy and an almost 6-year-old girl. I've been saying I am done. But you know, when let me quote the JAMB registrar. Man proposes, God. Okay, Ufuma, get serious. Let me take more calls. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening. Our issue calls for laughing.
Abi, I'm just laughing away my sorrows.
Yes. We are like mediocres. We don't know what we really wanted for ourselves. We don't know. In fact, the only hope was an alternative party, like somebody just said. But would they allow it to work again with this kind of situation I'm seeing?
You know that running a party is not a child's play, right?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. We are in for it.
Oh wow.
We like it or not, we are in for it.
That spells like doom.
Go to hospitals. Go to hospitals. See what is happening. People are dying because of 500 naira drug. Go to schools. You see parents on their knees begging for their words to be allowed to sit in the classroom. It's sympathetic. Our situation is sympathetic. Nigerians, God day. Have a nice day, my sister.
All right, thank you very much. I have okay, someone says, so the number of cars on president's convoys are personal cars and are being fueled from private pocket. Abi? Okay, he goes on to have not so great words for AP supporters. I'll probably just leave that out. But I get what he's saying. Frank Ogaga on, I think he was probably replying a message on our handle. Okay. Okay, I think, yeah, I've seen the message he was actually responding to. But anyway, let me leave that and take some of your thoughts on WhatsApp. Chooks from Ikorodu say, Bosufoma, see Minister of FCT, he has left PDP in 2023. That's pure betrayal. Well, Chooks, he says he's still a member of the party. He attended the party's meeting the other day. Let's take him for his words, right? Idorein from Ikoyi says, good afternoon, Mr. Foma. In as much as Wike is still in the PDP, I don't see the PDP overcoming the APC in 2027 because Wike is the bad egg in the PDP. It's the one that is the bad egg. You know what? Okay. It's all right. Good afternoon, Ufoma. For me, the total 10 years of APC is worse than the 16 years of the PDP. Or Bonyi Lopita, a.k.a. Peter Bones from Shongo Tedo. Thank you very much, Peter Bonds. Tunde Max from Oniru says, good afternoon from the BAT administration has been quite disappointing. Aside from the positives from Nelfond and the Minister of Interior, by extension Wike, that have done well, it's been a tale of woes for many Nigerians. It's good to hear you this afternoon. Good to know that you're also tuned in. On my Marianne, she ran away from work and gave me this extra work after all the work I've done since morning. Anyway, more reasons for me to go and drag my GM and my HR manager and say, please increase my salary. I have a newborn baby now. I need more money. I did not say anything. No. Let me take more of your messages. Comrade Momo from Sunshine Estate in Idumu says, it's a government of endurance, no focus. What of budgeting? 7 trillion naira projects inserted. NNPC, wow. Center of unending turnaround maintenance. Insecurity intact. The cheapest article in Nigeria today is human life. Momo, I could feel the sarcasm all over your comments, and you are not far from the truth, my brother. Terrible situation. Good afternoon, Ufoma. There are remarkable achievements of President Tinubu in 2 years. I give him 78%. Economic reforms, has signs of recovery. Tinubu has done well. It can only get better. Comrade Daniel Onubume giving that thoughts on WhatsApp. Comrade, I'll just leave it at that. There's almost nothing to say. If you believe what you've actually written, then so be it. What baffles me is the inability of a whole party like the PDP to deal with one man who has held it by the neck for years. It's a shame. Walter from Ishashi. Walter, it's not just one man, if we're being honest. It's about politics, and it's politics of the long game. It's not just about Wike as a person. It's also the fact that he is impact. You will do that. You can't just come out if those do not agree with you. Well, it's been 9 you got addition. He didn't take came over years. Stuff too. It's what to do. Anyway, that. As Marx was more precise than person. Weak in the technical rules, the analytics expose lack of discipline and consequences for actions. It's not possible for a party man to be so brazen in destroying his party and get away with it. PDP is not and cannot die. Only the people that lack discipline and decorum that will. People I do too much for a side talk. Before I do live issue. I have used that to use the trend. I have to watch. I get his question about the government. Because there's something that Rocketman, the rap artist, Nigerian artist, said a couple of years ago, about 20 plus years ago. He says stupidity sells in Nigeria, and to a large extent, it's true because people like Speed Darlington, as far as I'm concerned, have become celebrities in quote because stupidity sells in Nigeria. Because honestly, if it were left to people like me from Egbamuno, these sorts of human beings will not even have the kind of clout that they have. The kind of clout that will make somebody go on live on Instagram and talk about how he slept allegedly with a 15-year-old girl. Literally. I can't even understand for the life of me how a grown man, an adult, somebody as old as Speed Darlington will come on live broadcast and talk about disflowering a 15-year-old. First things first, you didn't even consider that at 15 years, the person is underage. At 15 years, the person cannot give consent. And then he's backtracked and said, oh, I was just chasing clout. And then put out another video, doubled down and talked about how, why is everybody making it a big deal? If he was in Sokoto now, would it have been an issue? And you wonder how we share this country with such clowns. Yeah, that's what I call him, a clown. Anyway, I think by now he should have met with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP to be short, because he's been summoned by the agency. We'll definitely bring you updates on that one, but it's something I cannot wrap my head around. Anyway, let me take one or two calls before I say my bye-byes. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Chief Reformer Igbamono.
Sir?
Where you put our action lady now?
She run away. Leave work for me.
You're equal to the tax.
For this afternoon. For this
Can
afternoon.
I talk about Nyosomwike?
Please go ahead quickly.
How come he can't leave PDP? Since PDP cannot sack him. So he cannot sack himself from PDP.
No, he know what thing they do now.
No, Reformer, you know what happened?
Tell me.
No party will accept him. Even the one he's romancing with that give him appointment. Because they study him, they know the type of character. If not, should be that they jump into APC, right? What stopped him from jumping into APC?
I don't know.
You know goats. Goats not the dog, not the eat yam, right?
I don't know.
Because of his character.
I don't know. Say dog no they eat yam.
Dog not the eat yam, but because of his character, when they put him with goat for Kenuwe yam, they go pursue goat. Now because of they go pursue dog, now because of his character, they pursue him.
All right, let's leave it. Sorry about that. I thought you were actually done. I'll take one final call. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Hello,
welcome.
good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Welcome. Yeah, I can.
Yes, my name is Chike. I'm calling from Apapa.
Welcome, Chike.
Yes, first of all, 2 years of Tinubu administration is the worst thing that can ever happen to a man.
Makagene mere.
In fact, Tinubu 2 years is the worst thing in the history that I think that all of us should put our hands together.
Oh dear.
And make sure that the man did not come back to that seat after 2027.
Many Nigerians will not agree with you. 8 million Nigerians voted
for him. He's a terrible president.
Chike, calm down. Calm down. 8 million Nigerians voted for him. They might not agree with you.
Then how many of them?
I told you
already.
Are
they going to a different market? People who don't want to agree with me, are they going to a different market?
All right, Chike,
are they buying their phones?
Let's leave it at that. But thank you very much, Lagos. This is where we are going to wrap. Take a wrap, on the conversation. What am I even speaking? Okay, you get what I mean. We've come to the end of the show. It's been good doing this for the better part of the last 15 minutes or thereabouts. No, I'm not. I will not be back again. Not to worry. Hard Facts will come your way 3 p.m. next week, Monday. But of course, the news at 4 is up next, and there is Borderlines coming up from the 4 o'clock hour. 2 wonderful conversations that you need to stick around for. Ufme Bamon is my name. Take care, people.
More talk, news, and sports after
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's